name is Eric, and I'm a youth services librarian at the Middle Country Public Library. And today I wanted to talk to you about growing your own pawpaw trees. So I'm going to go over what pawpaw trees are, where they grow, what you can do with the fruit, and then some special characteristics about pawpaw trees. So this is the book that I'm going to be using to show you pictures. It's called For the Love of Pawpaws, and it's written by Michael Judd. So what are pawpaw trees? Pawpaw trees are a native fruit tree to North America. They're in the Ananaceae family. So this is a family of tropical fruiting trees. Most of these trees are in the Caribbean, fruit trees like cherimoya, soursop, custard apple, and the sugar apple. What makes pawpaw unique in this family is that it's the only temperate member of this fruit tree family. So pawpaws are native to North America, and they grow in areas where the temperatures reach -30 degrees. So let me show you a picture of some mature pawpaw trees. So here there's two trees. You can see they're spaced closely together. And they're an ornamental tree. They're a small flowering tree. They don't get much larger than 30 feet tall maybe when they're mature, and that takes a very long time. They're a slow growing tree. And something I want to point out is pawpaw trees are not self-fertile trees. So if you were trying to grow these trees to produce fruit, you need to purchase at least 2 different trees, either growing them from seed, or if you purchase them from an online nursery, you're going to need 2 different varieties of trees. And then you want to space them close apart so that they can pollinate each other, because the trees will not set fruit without a nearby tree being close to it. So let me see if I could find you a picture now of the native range of pawpaw trees. So pawpaw trees, like I said, they're native to North America. So they grow in the wild across 26 states in the United States. So this is a map of the United States. And as you can see, this green area is all the different states and locations that pawpaw trees grow wild. Okay, and now let me show you a picture of the leaves, the fruit, and the flowers, just so you can see. I'll come over on this side. So over here are some leaves. They have these tropical large leaves. These are the fruits. They look like these green mangoes. And then here's a picture of a flower. And I actually took this picture, so it's cool that it made it in the book. And as I said before, pawpaw flowers are not self-fertile, so you do need to have at least 2 trees in your yard planted, and then you have to cross-pollinate or space them close together so that beetles and flies, which are the pollinators for these trees, will travel between the trees and pollinate the flowers. Let me show you a picture of the fruits on the inside, just so you can see what they look like. I'll just fold this for you. So here you go. That's what the fruit looks like when you cut it open. It has this yellow-orange flesh, and the texture of the fruit is kind of like a soft mango or like a custard almost. And then the flavor is kind of like this mango, pineapple, banana sort of flavor, like melon, cantaloupe is in there too. There's a lot of different flavor notes in this fruit, which makes it very unique because it tastes very tropical, and yet it grows in areas where the temperatures can reach -30 degrees. And then here, I'll show you another picture of, this is just a table that shows you the nutritional value of the fruit, just letting you know that it's a healthy fruit for you, and it has all essential amino acids. Okay, so what makes pawpaw trees unique? Well, I mean, aside from the fact that they are a fruit tree that belongs to, you know, a family of tropical trees, but yet they're growing here in the United States and in the wild, they're also the host plant for the zebra swallowtail butterfly. So this is a zebra swallowtail butterfly, and in its native range, the zebra swallowtail butterfly will lay its eggs on pawpaw tree leaves, and then the larva will feed on the leaves. That's the purpose of a host plant. It's basically an evolutionary, process where an insect has evolved with a certain plant, and they have this relationship where the insect will only lay its eggs on that specific plant, and that's how the life cycle continues. Here in Long Island, pawpaws will grow really well here, and they do well here. My trees, I've been growing since 2016, and they have fruited, well, one tree fruited after 3 years, and I got a cluster of 8 fruits. But I haven't seen any zebra swallowtail butterflies, and the reason for that is because we're technically out of the native range. So, you know, maybe someday we'll see zebra swallowtail butterflies here, but as of now, they're just in the native range, and, you know, it's just something interesting to know about pawpaw trees, that they're a host plant for the zebra swallowtail butterfly. So now, let me talk to you about, so what can you do with the fruit? So you can make smoothies with the fruit, you can make breads with the fruit, you can make drinks with the fruit, you can make ice cream. There's all sorts of recipes that you can create, and basically anything that needs banana, you can substitute pawpaw pulp for, because it has a tropical sweet flavor very similar to a banana or some kind of tropical, like, you know, like a mango or a pineapple. So let me show you some seeds that I have. So these are seeds that I've had in my refrigerator since September 15th. And the reason I put them in the refrigerator is because pawpaw trees, the seeds need to be cold. So like if a fruit fell in the wild, it needs to be sitting on the ground and cold for a period of at least like 90, I meant to say 3 months, like 90 days. And then they'll germinate in the springtime. It takes them like up until like June or July to emerge from the soil. So let me show you what they look like. So this is a few of the seeds here. Let me just grab some and I'll show you up close. They kind of look like these like black, brown lima beans. And so if you're looking to get your own pawpaw seeds, you can get them for free from Kentucky State University. They have a pawpaw research program. It's the only one in the United States where they basically grow out a bunch of seeds and they select superior varieties. So if you're interested in growing your own pawpaw seeds, you can receive free seeds from Kentucky State University. All you have to do is go onto Facebook and message them, search Kentucky State University Pawpaw, or you can search on Google Kentucky State University Pawpaw Research Program, and then follow up with by messaging them on Facebook through Facebook Messenger and just say I'm interested in some seeds. But you'll have to wait because right now, you know, they can't send the seeds out due to the coronavirus. So let me grab my containers so I can show you how to start your own seeds very easily. So this is an almond milk container. You know, you can use like a milk container, you can use half and half containers. So the way that you would start a seed, and the reason why it's important to use a tall, like, you know, you're gonna cut the top of this along this line, so it's a tall pot. And the reason why you want it to be a deeper pot is because pawpaw seeds have a long taproot that grows down the first year of their life and then continues as they grow older. But it goes in at least 8 to 10 inches, and you want to try to give the plant a pot that will give the taproot some room to grow. So once you cut this on the edges and you have like a nice straight standing pot, just fill it with dirt up till at the line, bury the seed about an inch or two, cover it, and then keep it moist and keep it in, you know, it could be in like a shaded part of the yard for now. And when you're growing pawpaws from seed, you want to plant them someplace where they can get shade for the first 2 years of their life. And then after that, they can take full sun, and that's how you'll get the most flowers and fruit production from your trees. So you can plant them in a full sun location and then use a tomato cage around your trees as they're emerging from the soil to keep them shielded from the sun, because in their native range, they usually, you know, in the wild, they grow in the understory of much larger trees. So they're used to receiving lower light. And then as they grow out, they'll reach for the sun through the canopy of other trees and then start to flower and fruit that way. But if you're trying to maximize your fruit production with your trees, you can plant them in full sun. I planted mine in full sun, and I just covered them with a tomato cage or built some kind of like a structure and then wrapped a scarf around it or a blanket just for the first year or two, just to keep them shaded. So yeah, that was just a short introduction to growing your own pawpaw trees. I hope that, you know, you and your families will be interested to try growing them. They're super unique. A lot of people don't know about them. It's a great way to get your kids, your family members talking about growing your own fruit trees. It's a great introduction to sustainability and realizing that you can utilize the space in your own backyard to grow healthy nutritious foods for yourself and have this kind of connection with nature and give back to wildlife. And then ultimately you're kind of leaving a legacy behind of, you know, growing your own fruit trees and having this connection with nature. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video of learning how to start your own pawpaw tree seeds. Thank you so much.